as you begin, there are a lot of things that the industry requires you to have. Number one, you want to look good, you don't have the money. During my class, we were 25, and I was the only person who was left. In our industry, we don't pay school fees to learn. We put in time to learn. That is our school fees. People don't want to be sold. They don't want that. Yeah, the most natural thing to do is to lift up the shield.
Hi guys, I hope this video finds you well. My name is Martin Nkizia here for the first time. Na sisi ni watu wa insurance. Now if you are new here, we talk about anything insurance, civic education, could review products of insurance. If you are there and you want to buy something that is a product of insurance, tunasemanga you don't need to buy ignorantly. You need to buy from a point of understanding. Kwanza uulize, ujue, and you avoid the frustrations, because most people are frustrated because hawajuagi what you are buying. Najua the details, the devil is in the details.
Sure.
Yes, and I think the last conversation we had, ulikuwa unasema what is contained in the policy document. Kuna information iko contained in the policy document that you never hear from an agent. So that's the reason why we do these videos, to enlighten you. Before you buy, understand first. But in today's conversation, we want to engage on something a bit different, but still in the same line of insurance. Tunaongea kuhusu insurance as a career. Yuko hapo hivyo, maybe you have had an idea of joining insurance. Pia ni vizuri kuuliza, because if you don't understand, pia unaweza kuwa frustrated as an agent. So leo tuko hapa hivi kuongea kuhusu insurance as a career, and because we have been there for quite some time, we understand what goes on and the frustrations of an agent, especially those who are new. So basically that is it. But before we get there, I want to introduce my friend and my partner. Mwai, ujiintroduce kwa wenye hawaja kujua, wanakuona for the first time.
Okay, thank you Martin, and
Yes.
Our guys, as always, I'm always excited to kind of update you on what is currently happening in the insurance industry. There are a lot of changes that the government has come up with, but as you've put it, today we are going to engage on a different subject.
Yes.
Although it is in the line of our theme.
Yes, insurance.
Yes.
Kabisa, how many years are you kwa insurance?
So the time is running quite fast.
Yes.
Currently, I'm 5 years in the insurance industry. Being in this industry is both exciting and challenging. In this, a lot of constant learning that we get. I don't know how to describe it.
Yes.
But it's a great career, I can tell you that.
Yes. But before it becomes great, I would really love to know the experience you had, because I hear most people when you wanasemanga wameingia insurance and probably they quit, is some of the challenges that come with this industry. And one of them is laying the foundation is one of the biggest challenge.
Agreed.
So naweza taka kujua which is this how do I put it, which is one of the biggest challenges you have faced as an insurance guy. Ukianzia sio saizi.
All right. So this is the process. Number one, I must admit that it is tough. Number one, to be an insurance agent, and as you begin, there are a lot of things that the industry requires you to have. Number one, you want to look good, you don't have the money. The society also expects you to kind of show that you can really manage someone's money, but unfortunately wewe personally wewe huna. So those are two main challenges. Number one, your brand, and number two, your finances.
Yes.
I can tell you it's not easy as you begin. So the biggest challenge is that because our work is commission based.
Yes.
And as you start, majority of us you start with zero, and as you understand, there's no business you can start bila capital. So insurance is not really a career, it's more of a business. So that is why it is challenging, because you want to start a business with zero capital. So the only thing you have is possibly the
Network?
orientation. No, you don't even have the network because you are new. Yeah, you have family. You think that the first people I can sell to is the family, but we all have a story for that.
It's good you have brought in that perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, insurance as a business, not necessarily as a place of employment.
Sure.
Because I think most people, the reason why or maybe they don't understand how insurance works,
Yes.
especially if you are pursuing it as a career, is there's no payment, there's no salary.
You'd be lucky, I can tell you, if you find an insurance company offering you support as you begin that
Journey.
business or journey. Yeah. Most of the companies gives you just
Orientation of
you are oriented on what they have, what they deal with, and then you are released to the market, and you understand. Yeah, you understand kuna problems mingi sana. That one hatuwezi dismiss. Ukiona nikihesitate ujue maneno ni mingi.
The pain you have gone through.
But all the same, if you really want to grow,
Yes.
the only environment, or how do I call it, the only industry that gives you that chance to grow from zero is number one, insurance. Because every day you get to interact with people who are well off, much well off than you.
Yes.
And those are the people you are trying to teach how to manage their finances.
Yes, you don't have. You
Yet
don't have.
you don't have.
Unaambia watu how I can help you invest maybe 100 million shillings.
Yes.
Lakini wewe mwenyewe atafia.
Wewe huna mpaka fia. So I can tell you, ukiona mtu wa insurance usidharau yeye. Those people
Especially those who have been able to persist.
Yeah.
Because I believe there are those people who you joined insurance the same season that never survived.
I can tell you, during my class, we were 25. And I was the only person who was left in the industry. So that is how the nature of this business works. You bring in so many numbers, a lot of them drops out, and you are left few, and that gives us more opportunity. With how the industry is structured, I can tell you it's do I call it rigid? No, it's not really rigid, but it's a job for the tough people. If you see someone who've been there for, let's say, 2-3 years,
Yes.
you are done, because again we are very few, a lot of opportunities, so that is why you may find that a lot of insurance guys, the ones who have persisted, they have a lot of money, or let me call it wealth. Yeah, they are quite well-to-do people. Yes.
So normally in business we say that you know whether the business is going to work after maybe
2
consistently
years. Yes, running it
being
for
in the
2
business
years.
for 2 years.
Yes.
Would you say when you were starting, was there any point that you felt like you want to quit?
Frankly speaking, there is always that urge, which is much bigger, the urge to quit than to persist. Insurance industry, you, as I said, as you begin, because you don't have the money, you don't have the experience, you don't have the confidence, you are struggling with a lot of things. And the first thing that comes in your mind when you are inserted in the market is what am I doing?
So if you are struggling with confidence and then you meet someone who maybe tells you something that you feel has lowered your confidence,
Yes.
so you have so many things you are dealing with.
I can tell you, it's a lot more than just confidence. First of all, if you're hungry, you just imagine the kind of advice you would give your client when
You're hungry, you're tired, you don't have money.
Yes, you don't have money. So
You're not sure about tomorrow.
yeah. So it's like you just want to close as the smallest sale so that at least that one boosts your confidence a little bit. At the same time, being an insurance guy or an insurance agent, for those for those people who want to learn, because in our industry we don't pay school fees to learn. We put in time to learn. That is our school fees. You put in time, you put in sacrifice, you put in patience. So within 1 year, 2 years, you will have learned a lot of things that can personally help you and can help your people, because it's an industry in let me call it, it's more of an institution.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more of an institution, learning institution. I don't know whether there is, for these big companies, insurance companies, their financial advisors keeps on learning on weekly basis. They learn about how the government is operating. They learn about different investment portfolios. They learn about how you can complement, or how you can mix the portfolios to get the maximum benefits. So that is what sometimes keeps us going. Even if you don't have the money, you feel like
The urge to consistently learn
yes,
keeps you moving.
I can tell you.
Yes.
Yeah, so I may not really regret. I've learned so much. That 5-year gap, I don't know if I was employed, because I've tried having a formal employment, and it's good. It's good, yes, to be employed, but you know
There are limits.
There are limits.
Yes.
And it is in terms of money.
Yes.
How much money can you really earn when you are employed? Yeah, being employed, number one, you are guaranteed that even if you don't work, yeah, even if you don't work, you'll get the money after all.
Yes.
But in our industry, if you don't work, you get zero.
Now, it's good that you have mentioned that. Maybe we go a little bit back.
Yes.
Kama, because now you have learned a lot
Yeah,
in
sure.
the 5 years.
Yes.
There are those things that you look back and you say, if I got an opportunity to start again, I wouldn't do such a thing.
Yes.
For the sake of someone who wants to get into this industry, because I believe every day
Yes.
there's someone looking for an opportunity. So ukiweza patiwa opportunity ya kurudi nyuma uanzie fresh,
Yes.
maybe what is it that you do different?
A lot of things. Although what I can tell you is, if you prepare too much, sometimes you may never do it. If you want to start something when it is perfect, you may never really do it.
Yes.
So after evaluating what I usually do, if I had a chance to go back from day one thing is to focus on now quality. Quality people, quality clients. For me, I was used to, in the first 1-2 years, I was concentrating on those people who could give me possibly a small premium of 2,000, 3,000, because they were in my mind, those are the people who could who was matching my standard.
Ulikuwa na approach watu wa hiyo class.
Wa hiyo class ya 2000 3000. What I'm saying is that those people are not bad, but if you want to work for because there is a reward, I can tell you. I will be very open for those people who are seeking to be insurance financial advisors. There's a lot of money once you deal with people who can afford to put more. Because basically, what I didn't really understand is that in an insurance industry, it's just like central bank. The government flaunts what we call the bonds or the bills or those investments. They tell you we want to borrow from the public, and this is the rate we are giving. We are giving at 14-15%. So what I didn't understand is that insurance companies use the same concept. Actually, what they want is that they want you to lend them every month or in one lump sum, and in return you get like 3-4 benefits. One is that you get interest on your money because it's an investment. Number 2 is that they give you guarantee that if something happens to you, your family is protected. So it's the I didn't really understand that concept. That even as I go out there, what I should have focused on is telling people the truth. That in actual sense, it's not the policy that you are buying, it's actually the money you are putting or you are investing for the future use, number one, or you are lending that money to an insurance company. Yeah,
because it's good that you have raised that point.
Yes.
There are people who normally ask when we are giving investment products,
yes,
and then maybe you are giving very nice rates, maybe for money markets 12-13%. Kuna watu naulizaga, how are you making money?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this.
Yes.
You know, the moment you put in money in an insurance company, automatically that money becomes debt. From their point of view, any amount that comes in from the client, it's debt. So, you know, you can't just put in money that way. Now that you have borrowed from people, the next thing they think of is how do we invest this money? So the money you put in, it's not for the purpose of protection, such that they are putting it in case of something. What they do is that they collect the money and they break it down so that they can be able to invest that money, because for you are expecting returns in 2 forms. One, interest. Number 2, in the event of eventualities coming your way, you expect compensation 100%. Yeah, so that in the event of death, the insurance company, how do you expected is it will take care of your family when you are no longer there, and that is the biggest way of handling what we call your legacy. If you really want to guarantee the continuation of your family after you are gone, you only have 2 ways. Either you have an insurance or something we call trust.
So I don't want us to go into details because I think
yes, I know it's a lot.
It's quite a lot,
Yes.
And I love the way this becomes so natural when we are talking about insurance.
Yes.
With something that is in us. We are going to come to that trust.
Yes.
I mean to explain more about insurance and trust.
Yeah.
And what you have said about legacy. Tulikuwa hapa kwa challenge.
Yes.
Some of the things that you will do different.
Yeah. So one is I've talked of focusing on people who possibly can afford more, because with that concentration, I'm also able to earn more. Yeah, because it's
So
a business.
You would look for high-end clients.
Yeah, I would look for high-end client, but that doesn't mean that we don't really need to assist those people who can afford the 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. We also have vehicles for them. So that is one of the things that I would possibly change. Number two is how we learn. Yeah, as you start, because you are possibly young, and what you just want is to be called an employee.
Yes.
So earlier I was thinking I'm employed, but I came to realize that it's not really an employment.
Yes.
This is a business. Yeah. And number three, I used to think that commission can't really grow you. How do I say it? How do I put it? Now, if there's something that is exciting, it's a commission-based career or business, because you don't have a kind of a safety or security.
Yes.
Ile tunasemanga force after, even if I don't work, that one doesn't really push you. So before I was thinking mimi ni kuajiri, but commission it's good, and you get so much. Sometimes unashindwa where is this really mine? So what I can possibly advise those people who are looking to join our industry, it's big. There's massive opportunities. There is a lot of people who really need our service. Unfortunately, we are very few. I think those three are the most important thing I would possibly change if I were starting. However, I'm glad that I started with Neil. There are a lot of people who've changed or who have joined the industry through me, because
me being one of those.
Yeah, they possibly they have learned the problems I used to go through because of my guidance. Wana ruka hizo. Yes.
From my personal experience,
yes.
Let me give it true.
Yes, give it true. Yes.
I joined that is 2 years ago, and I also experienced a lot of challenges.
Yes.
A lot, to a point where I think I quit for several months, and I later came back.
Yes.
One of the things that maybe I didn't know, or I wasn't sure, is how will I sustain myself before becoming stable.
Yes.
And it happened when I was joining. I had a young family, very young family, a small baby, and sikuwa another source of income.
Yes.
So it was very tough for me, sababu sikuwa na mshahara. And I think something else I didn't know, that you don't get into the company's payroll until you have licenses.
Good.
Because you are supposed to be certified to become an agent.
Sure.
So mimi nilikuwa na work but sikuwa nimepewa license. Sikuwa na license ya kuoperate kama agent.
Yes.
So sikuwa na expect mshahara at the end of the month.
Yes.
So you can imagine nilikuwa na tamak na sikuwa na mshahara na niko na familia ndogo. So one of the things that I learned, maybe naweza advise mtu, make sure that you have a way of sustaining yourself for around 6 months
Sure.
before you get stable. Sababu sio lazima utengeneze pesa. Okay, maybe it can work different for different people.
Yeah.
But at least for majority, especially those people who don't have like huge connections, na watu wengi wakuja hivyo wakiwa na connections hizo,
sure.
At least make sure that you have some money to take care of you, maybe
your basics.
Basic
at least 3-4 months you can comfortably sustain you. So what I can tell you is the insurance is not really for people with money. That is, their background is good. If you find someone who have a very good background, I can tell you sometimes it is challenging.
Not so many of them.
We really see people
Yes.
who come from a very good family and pursuing this business successfully, because sometimes it unakosa sense. Yeah.
Inakosanga.
Unakosa sense ya why am I doing this?
I remember mimi nikiquit I almost burnt hizo forms za insurance. Nasema I don't want to hear anything about this thing.
I know.
Karibu nifungiwe nyumba nilale njaa nini.
Yes. We pass through a lot of problems, I can tell you. But that is the most exciting part. When you conquer that,
That moment.
Those moments. Because after 2-3 years, I can tell you, you'll definitely succeed.
From now, from that point,
Yes.
there are those people who are employed somewhere, but they feel they want to do something different. Mtu amechoka kabisa na employment. Would you advise that person to quit and pursue insurance?
I would first of all, what I would advise is this: if you really want to pursue this, from the word go, take it as a business. It's your business. What you've actually done is you've transitioned from someone else's business, and now you are building your own business. Because whatever you are doing, that client, for insurance, it's a repeat sale. So every time they pay, you get paid. That is why they keep on going. So if you are in a business or you are employed, you can just prepare for like 6 months. Within 6 months, you you'll have started to do what we call a converting. Now, the people whom you talked to 6 months ago will now be becoming interested.
Consistent, yes.
Because one thing is, for insurance, we know the dynamics. Mnakuja within 2-3 months, mnatoka. So if a client you talk to or a prospect you talk to 6 months before, ataona you are serious because umetoboa the first 3 months. We know mtu akipitisha miezi 6, huyo anaweza survive. There's a very high likelihood that huyo mtu atasurvive.
Yes.
Atasurvive. However, I can tell you, if you are that person who want something that is challenging, something that will teach you, something that you will learn. Learning doesn't really it's not more when you are in the classroom. It's more when you get out of that classroom. They are very important skills you learn as an insurance agent. I can tell you, some of them you may not really afford to pay.
Yes.
Because every week what you are learning something that is practical. Every day you are now practicing.
Yes.
And like ile ya masomo ya vitabu, there is that theory. And surprisingly, can I tell you, the most successful people have come from the industry of insurance.
Yes.
Example is Chris Kirubi. Do you know he was an insurance agent?
He was an FE.
He was an FE. Some of those skills can really help you even in future.
Yes. Because of the continuous learning that we expose.
Continuous learning, and it's practical. It's more of a practical.
Yes.
Practical learning. And you meet a lot of people who are way above your league. People, I don't know how to describe it.
And in fact, maybe to add on what you're saying,
yes,
it gives you an opportunity to meet people that otherwise you should not have met.
I'm telling you.
Ama haungekuwa na reason ya kuwa meet.
Yes.
The insurance gives you a platform, a reason to talk to some people.
Yes.
Kuna watu wengine, not unless you have a very good reason to meet them, you may not meet them, but insurance gives you an opportunity.
I know what you're saying. Yes.
Yes.
Personally, I can tell you, I've met people who would scare you if you are working maybe you are employed.
Yes.
just as you are putting it, for example, if you find a guy who is possibly driving a V8, and you are an employee, maybe of a pharmacy,
Yes.
or a bookshop, what would you tell him?
Maybe you try sell products.
Maybe. You know, they are not much interested in
Yes.
that, not unless
That is, you are limited to the conversation that you can
the
have.
conversation for such a guy or with such a guy
Yes.
is limited to only what you are doing. But when you are in an industry of insurance, I believe the rich people don't really struggle to understand why it is important.
Yes.
Number one, they have car. You can talk about car.
They have families. You can
They
talk
have
about
family.
medical covers.
You can talk about medical cover.
They invest daily.
They invest. So insurance work is investment.
Yes.
They deal possibly with farming.
Yes.
The insurance deals with insurance of crop and livestock.
Yes.
You deal with okay, you may talk about retirement.
Yes.
And that is what insurance deals with
Yes.
every day. So you have so many reasons
Yes.
of having a sit down with such a guy, and like when you are in a different
Yeah.
industry. And I've also benefited, I can tell you, from such conversation, because what is the possibility of that guy giving you money
They are very high.
when you are not in the
Okay, when you are not in the insurance industry,
yes,
most likely no.
yes,
chance.
why? Is there any reason?
There's no reason.
Not unless utamwambia aje
Ndio akupe pesa.
ndio akupe pesa, si ni kuomba tu.
Yes.
Utamwambia
Yes.
nipe thou.
Nipe thou.
Does it operate like that?
No, it doesn't happen.
You can't really do that. Yeah, if you are not in the insurance industry and you meet someone who is married, I can tell you the conversation becomes very, very difficult for you.
Yes.
Kumwomba pesa. But when you are in our industry, you don't have actually to borrow. I mean, to ask him to give you msaada pana. You just need to propose something beneficial to him, and automatically you get the money. Yeah, it is quite rewarding.
Yes.
In our industry. However, it doesn't go without challenges. We have a lot of challenges. Sometimes because you are spending every day, and possibly the rate of return is not equal. Sometimes you find you have more expenses than the money you are getting in.
Yes. Yes.
So that is why it is important, as always, as we put it every day, that you also need to put something aside for that purpose. Yeah.
I've been an agent for 2 years.
Yes.
And one of the things I struggled with
Yes.
then is the sales skill. Because it's one thing to understand products, it's another thing to
know how to sell.
Know how to sell.
Yeah.
Sababu mimi kitambo I used to concentrate on selling a specific product. Maybe nimepatana na mtu, and this is very important for those people who want to join, or maybe they are new. You have met this a potential client, but umeenda because in your mind you think everybody has a child. Anamwambia ati mimi naitwa Martin, nimetoka Britam na tunasaidia wazazi kupanga mambo ya watoto, masomo.
Yes.
So I used to struggle with that thing, and I came to realize later the idea of insurance, you are giving solutions. You get it?
Yes.
You're not selling products.
Sure.
So mine was, I'm assuming you need a certain product. Yes. So mimi nikuja kwako na kuja specifically I'm selling you this product. Lakini unapata mtu anakuambia na maybe hata akona mtoto, lakini nimeinsure huyo mtoto already niko nayo. So what? Because format my mind, I'm selling education policy. If someone tells me I already taken care of that, so nimekuwa shut. So namwambia asanti,
tusonge mbele
kama injili.
I can tell you, that is the biggest challenge when you are new.
Yes.
Because insurance is not actually bought. It is sold. Yeah, you may not find the sense of buying an insurance until someone sits you down and show you why you really need it. It's just like, let me take a scenario of a doctor who is a salesman. How do you think, or how would you take it if a doctor without anything comes and tells you, you know what, niko na dawa mzuri sana hapa ya kunywa, without you know, that is the scenario. Yes. Ati niko na madawa inaweza kusaidia sana. Yeah.
So in the first place, unani amekwambia mimi ni mgonjwa?
First of all, there's no one who wants to deal with medicine. Not unless you have a specific reason to use medicine. It is the same thing. For insurance, it's
you first of all show the gap, and then you show the solution.
At the same time, it's more of a natural conversation, not really selling. Because what you want to do to that client, you want to solve a problem which possibly the client doesn't understand. He have,
or maybe you solve a problem that you only understand after having a conversation with the client.
Yeah. So that is why I'm saying it should be very natural. Let the client say, this is possibly what I'm looking to have. This is what I want to protect. But you can't bombard someone with your solutions, which you don't know whether
he has a problem.
Yes. So that is the main thing. So even as our guys think of this, because I can tell you it's very exciting, number one, to be in this industry. I don't think there is something that is as challenging as insurance, and something that guarantees you growth. Yeah, it is easy to project that in the next possibly 5 years, I can be able to do this. And it is simple mathematics. Unafanya hesabu kidogo, nasema this year I want to see just 100 people, which by the end of the year utakuwa umesalimia watu kama hao, or even more. But the question is, what if every person you touch ama you greet anakupe just 1 shilling in an year? How much do you think you would get?
You get quite a lot.
A lot of money. Yeah. So that is, our business is a business of numbers.
Yes.
You say in a day I want to talk to 10 people. 10 people, I possibly able to convert one. Akuwe my client. And when you talk of insurance, it's more of a relationship thing. Yeah. I've always said this, that into insurance, I'm an insurance agent, is a very important person. Just like a doctor. Yeah, if you have problems with your wellness, you probably need a doctor. When you have issues to do with money, whom do you think? What comes into your mind? You are a personal doctor. So that is the challenge, because you don't want to pay the price. Yeah. If you want to be successful, you need people. And we have people. You could find someone who is doing not better than you, but he can help you so much than mwenye anafanya better than you. Sometimes our insurance agents who are sometimes wana struggle, na wao ndio wanasaidia watu kuwa matajiri. They have the knowledge, but sometimes because of possibly lack of discipline, or najua pesa haina mwalimu, sometimes you may end up assisting a lot of people, helping them really do wonders financially, but wewe personally you are still struggling. So it is always important.
And because now you have mentioned that, how is the feeling, because you have been there, how is the feeling of helping others maybe seeing how they are investing and the outcomes they are getting, but wewe ukiangalia maybe in your first 1 or 2 years kuna vitu ulikuwa na struggle nazo basic things. How was the feeling seeing how you are struggling yet you are talking about finances?
Number one, you get challenged. Yeah, but what I can tell you is this. From the word go, you need to understand that this is a business. And business, at the initial stages, sometimes it struggles. Yeah, I was reading about Amazon, yeah, which is owned by Jeff Bezos. Yeah, and he was saying that the first 5 years, they did not declare a profit. For the next 5 years, they were just reinvesting. So it's the same concept in our business.
Yes.
As you begin the first 2-3 years, it's more of learning. So I may not really say I can regret, because it was the stage of learning few things that can help me in future. Yeah, because if your foundation is bad, I can tell you, even the structure itself,
Yeah, it's going to be weak.
Yeah, it's going to be weak. So first of all, you need to make your foundation very strong by learning so much and reinvesting whatever small you get. So what I told you is that when you are in this industry,
Yes.
you are guaranteed that if you are consistent, you will definitely make it, because there are a lot of problems that crops up every day. Those problems, we don't have a lot of people who measures on the problems, but an insurance agent measures on the problem and how to solve them. So with that, he also get rewarded for solving such problems. Yes.
As we wind up, I have told you one of the struggles that I've gone through, trying to sell products
Yes.
instead of having conversation with clients.
Yes.
Now I want to give you a challenge. How do you initiate a conversation with someone who is totally strange?
Yes.
You have met someone in their office and they are busy. How do you now create an environment to have a conversation that can lead to you telling them about what you're doing?
Okay, so I get that a lot of time. When you are new, you think that there's a specific process of initiating a conversation or making the environment warm so that you can be able to have that conversation. But I'll tell you this. Everybody, as much as you could be busy, when you talk about personal growth to an individual, it is arousing, or how do I put it? It invokes some kind of emotions. Yes. When we are talking about you really thinking about you, because majority of time you could be a CEO, but you think only of
The company,
the business,
the growth of the company,
the growth of the company, the growth
the
of
targets that you want to meet.
yes. But really, do you think of wewe mwenyewe, wewe
Yes.
binafsi? You are supposed
Looking inward.
yes. Sometimes it's that time that you give an opportunity, or you ask for an opportunity now to talk about personal growth as an individual, not as an institution, because even as a teacher, sometimes you keep on talking about children's passing exams, but how many times have you really sat down, with someone who is a stranger, and you talk about because you see, if you're having a conversation with a family, sometimes you have some limitation.
Yes.
There are those things you may not really want to disclose, but having a conversation with a stranger, it becomes much easier, because after all, when you learn about me, then what?
Yes.
This nothing really much to worry about. So for us, or personally, what I do is that I want to be as natural as possible because I'm not selling you. Yeah.
So hi Elijah, my name is Martin.
Yes.
Then what?
Yeah, you are coming to, possibly let me use my example. My name is Elijah, and this is what I do. If you would like us to have a conversation about this, we can set aside some few minutes here or outside this place, and we can start an engagement that will lead possibly to something beyond beyond the company's growth. Yeah, so I don't want to complicate things. For me, everything I do, I want to do it in the simplest form.
So there's no a specific style?
No, there is no specific. But there are people who are more of formal. There are people who are, personally, I'm very natural. And there are those people who are casual.
The reason why I'm asking you that,
Yes.
there are those people who say that you, if you are given an opportunity, or maybe you meet someone kwa lift, and you only have the opportunity to say something meaningful before atoke kwa lift. So hiyo ndio nilikuwa nauliza, how do you get to capture somebody's attention, and maybe this somebody is not really interested in insurance. Huyu mtu umempata ako in the middle of doing their thing, and of course we meet those people. Umeenda kwa hardware, you want to have a conversation with the owner.
Yes.
But huyu mjamaa ni simiti inawekwa. Tora mudhanga pereka nini ako busy.
Yes.
So which is this one thing that you say,
Yes.
and they get your attention?
I'm telling you this. There's no way. Okay, no one. Okay, if you use my way, you may not really do anything meaningful. You may not find it sensible. But sometimes, there are those people who comes close to you, and you feel warmth.
Yes.
Yeah, a simple thing that can lead to so many other things. That is the kind of a person I am.
Oh, for you, it's more of you've become friendly.
Yes. Even without speaking. Even without speaking, it tells a lot by the mood you create. And we say positivity and negativity are contagious. Sometimes if you are negative, and even if you want to do something, you transfer that negativity to the person you want to talk to. And it feels from I don't know how God has created us, but if someone has a lot of issues troubling him or her, I can tell you it becomes very difficult.
Transferable.
Yes. Even the other person, just like when you don't have the money, you feel you don't have confidence. The other guy also knows or notes that you have an issue with tuseme kona mashida ya pesa.
You are desperate. Client hawataki kusense desperation.
They don't want to do that.
Ati wanataka kumuzia because you have your issues.
No. So for me, I mean, I don't know how I've done it.
But for you is what I'm getting. You allow the process to be natural.
Yes, I want it to be natural. So even if I want to talk to you about your stuff, or I want us to have a conversation or a personal conversation for personal growth purpose, I just say just one word, possibly or two words, and then that one may invoke you to respond with so many other. So it's kind of a rolling ball.
Yes. So that's a positive side of looking at how you approach people.
Yes.
There's also a negative way of approaching people.
Yes.
I've met agents, or we have interacted with agents tukiwa kwa field.
Yes.
Tuka approach clients pamoja, and I've experienced agents approaching it in a very bad way. Naona client umemturn off kabisa.
Yes.
For example, nawambia mimi naitwa maybe Mwai na tunauza insurance. That by itself client anakuambia sio leo.
Yeah, because I can tell you, not even insurance, even anything else, if
Don't say that you are selling.
people don't want to be sold, they don't want that. Yeah, the most natural thing to do is to lift up the shield. The client is blocking you as much as possible not to access, because if you want to sell me, and this is seen with those people who watu wenye wanakuletea dawa. Ukiona hivyo, what comes into mind? Hizi dawa za meno. Hawa watu wanakuzia dawa za meno.
Wanataka kunitoanisha.
So even if you had an interest in buying,
yes, the approach was bad.
The approach was bad because umenionyesha kisu even before yeah.
Yes.
So it should not really okay, there are people who are good in that. All the same, there are other ways of making someone attentive or get your attention. Yeah. So I think that is the most important thing.
Yes.
So first of all, do not try to sell. Yeah. You, of course, you know you are selling, but don't show it openly. Yes.
All right. So I think we need to come to the end of this conversation because I believe there are so many things we can talk about as an agent. And we thought this episode was important because there are those people who are looking for opportunities, not necessarily in insurance, but for this one we said there are so many opportunities, like Moi has rightly put, in the insurance industry, and there's not so many people who are very successful in insurance. Na tunasema statistically in Kenya, I think it's only less than 3% of in terms of penetration in insurance in Kenya. So the market is there, but those people who are willing to go through the course in terms of kusoma and following through to become successful in insurance, sio wengi. So we are not so many. So if you are looking for an opportunity and you feel you have your confidence to do sales and to talk to people about solutions the insurance inaweza offer, there's always opportunity. So we thought this episode is important, and if you like it, if you love to have this conversation, unaweza tuandikia hapo chini tuambie whether it's how it feels to have this conversation here, insurance as a career.
Agreed.
Yes, and we'll make it intentional to do episodes touching on insurance as career, and also bring you people who have maybe succeeded in this industry and those who are struggling to succeed.
Yes.
At least wewe pia uone possibility yako ya kusucceed in insurance. Hey, you come and we make money together.
Yes.
Ndio, lakini kuna pesa
ziko. That one I can assure you. Pesa iko, and there are a lot of lines that you can specialize in. You can specialize in livestock. Naweza sema mimi nitakuwa nauza crop insurance, nauza magari, nauza life insurance, nauza pension, medical. All those are lines that you can focus on, but the most important thing is to have someone who can guide you. Yeah, so personally I can guide you when you need, if you want to join the industry. We don't really mind where you are located. You just need to tell me. I can connect you to someone, so that you can try. Yes, you may even succeed without challenges. There are those people who are naturally born salesmen.
And I think it's important to note that some people say that insurance is hard, but who wanajiuliza what is not hard?
There is nothing that is not hard.
Hata life yenyewe ni ngumu. So as you choose your hard.
You choose your hard.
Choose your hard. So anyway, we really appreciate that you keep watching our videos, and we would love to also take care of your questions. We have been picking questions from you and responding through detailed video, like if you have been keen to watch our previous videos. Tumekuwa tukijibu maswali, and we request you to keep sending those questions in the comment section, or maybe you inbox us. Our contacts are in the comment section, in the description box. Reach us out. Kama uko na any question regarding to insurance, we are here to sort you out and to help you buy insurance responsibly from a point of understanding. And thank you very much for watching this video to the end, and I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, God bless you, and bye bye.